Welcome to Rufc TV. Today we have senior coach of the men's MPL team, Dibbs. So Nick, we have signed a number of players from last season's team. How are they going?
Really well. So I think I've retained about 11 of the boys from last year. A lot of the junior lads and obviously some of the senior ones. Obviously like Fifey has have another year on the books for us, which is really good. But yeah, 11 boys re-signed and a few new faces to join us as well.
So talking about these new faces, we have 5 new players and 1 returning player who we can now speak about. Can you tell me a bit about these boys?
Okay, yes, there's a couple of boys that have played a part of the club before. Firstly, Scotty Bow from Olympic will be coming back to us, who played for us for a few years. So Scott will be coming back, which will be a real asset to us in the midfield. With a lot of experience. Another old face that played here back in his junior days would have been Scott Sargent as well. Had a year at FNQ last year. Played a bit of senior football at Rochdale before he went, but Scotty played here as a junior. Again, Scott is going to be a big acquisition for us as well in the midfield. And lastly, JJ or Jaden Prasad will be coming back to us, who obviously played with us up to under 16s. Got taken into the Raw setup and he done really well there. Had a good spell with the juniors, young Socceroos, and then had last year he played in the Victorian MPL for Hume City and they had a real successful season. JJ's chosen to come back to Queensland and he's happily, I can say, is coming back to us for the 2018 season, which is really exciting.
Moving on to coaches, we have signed some new coaches for the youth and under 18s as well as a new assistant for the senior men's side. Do you want to speak a bit briefly about them?
Yeah, so we're really proud to say and pleased to say that we've recruited Luciano Cecchini to come in and be my assistant with the first team and also to be the head coach for the 18s. Luciano's from Brazil. His background is pretty impressive. He's coached at the equivalent of the A-League over in Brazil. And taken a team, he was an assistant coach with a team called Cruzeiro, and they played in the equivalent of the Champions League in Brazil as well. So he's coached at a very high level and a very good standard. So what he'll bring to the club, not just for the 18s but the first team, is another dimension of football, South American style. So I'm really looking forward to working closely with Luciano and what we can do with the whole of our 18s, 20s and first team upwards. So that'll be good.
Moving on back to the senior team, what is something that the team will be focusing on this season? We didn't have the season we wanted to last time, but what's something we want to look forward to? Yeah,
you know, the season was challenging from start to finish last year, so obviously my first thing is that we're not going to have the injury problems that we had last year, but that's obviously out of my hands, but we'll definitely manage the players really well there. We really are going to concentrate on getting off to a strong start. Start the season how we mean to finish it, and the end of last season we was coming into that. Now obviously we've recruited players in key positions. Am I excited for the season ahead with the players that we've assembled and got together with the nice blend of youth and experience? Yeah, I am excited. Are we going to challenge? 100%. Are we still viewed as underdogs from other sides? I hope so. Yeah, because that'd be a big surprise.
So what are the aims for next season's MPL and FA Cup? Where do you want to finish and where do you want to go?
Anything out of the top 4, I'll be disappointed. And that's not just lip service, that's honestly how we've sat down. Obviously I've spent a lot of time with Fife when we've been assembling this squad and we've been approaching players and been in a position where we've had to turn players away. So anything below 4, the top 4 would be very disappointing. Obviously we want to make a finals place and push not to, to win the league, and if not be grand final champions again. That's definitely high on the agenda. A good FFA Cup run I think is important. It's important for all the clubs now. It's a good exposure, it's great experience and playing different clubs from different areas. So to get into that last 32 is the first step, and then progress as far as we can is definitely high on the agenda. And I think the boys are really buzzing. Like, I've had so many players already in. Dibbsy, when we're going to start pre-season. I've had a few pre-season sessions and they're still kicking the ball outside. You know, that they're really buzzing to go, and that matches with the coaching staff as well. So all in all, I think there's some exciting times ahead. The squad that's been assembled really buzzing and ready to go. I've got a good pre-season planned out. a good spread of games coming into the season. We're still unsure. We're looking for clarification on 28 games or a 26 season game. I'm basing it on a 28 game season. So obviously my preparation will come into that. So we're ready to go and fire on all cylinders come the first week of February, probably when the season's going to start.
We did have two players that were injured during last season, Sam Langley and Liam O'Brien. How are they travelling coming up to the season? Sammy's
definitely, his recovery wasn't going to be as severe and as lengthy as Liam's, unfortunately for Liam. So Langers, I feel, will be ready to hit the ground running at the start of the season, and I feel he started now some training, so Sam would be good. Unfortunately Liam, obviously we re-signed him, but Liam's recovery is going to be longer, and we're probably looking to June, July to get Liam onto the field at the earliest. But we're committed to Liam as much as he is to us, so he'll do his recovery with us. He'll still be a first team player. He'll still get the support and the treatment that he requires from us to get him on the pitch, if not sooner. But obviously ACL, MCL was a bit of a lengthy process for Liam. Obviously in that, obviously Liam being a very key left-sided fullback for me, I've brought in Daniel Varma, another key player that I never mentioned, as a new signing. Dan's got good few years of experience on that left side. He's going to bring an awful lot to the side. Very, very fit player, and quite exciting down that left side. So he's going to be a good acquisition to come in as well. And also down that left side, along obviously with JJ that we spoke about, Jason Park from Brisbane City, another 24-year-old. Jason's going to be another dimension we can add to the team as well. So managing those injuries, I've had to recruit accordingly as well. But Liam's up for the challenge. He'll come back and he'll fight for that spot. Dan knows he's going to be pushed all the way. So who's to say there's not another player that might come in and push them? So I've tried to double up in every single position through the team. And that's where we need to be. Everyone needs to be pushed, from the goalkeeper through to the centre forward, the left back, right back. So the more players I have, the bigger the squad I have, and the more they're pushing each other, the more competitive, more hungry we get. So it's exciting times.
So should we expect some more players to be signing with the club over the coming months?
Yeah, I've still got pre-season will start for us on the 21st of November. I plan that for 10 contacts, maybe one game pre-Christmas, and in that period I've got four or five players lined up to come into the pre-season. It's not an open trial invite, so I've got some players coming in. I'm looking at key positions, and from there we make decisions whether we continue to sign a few more, or at the moment the squad's looking quite strong it is, but I'm still obviously looking for that striker, like every team is as well, to complement the players that we've got. So there is a possibility of future signings, but who's to say?
Thank you for joining us, Nick.
Thank you.